Well, this was another fantastic Final Fantasy from the Nintendo era. I have said from the beginning, like, my favorite era of the Final Fantasy games is the Nintendo era. Having said that, 7 is still probably my favorite. You've got these great ages. You've got 1 through 6 on the Nintendo era, and then you've got 7, 8, 9, 10 from the PlayStation era, PlayStation 2, early PlayStation 2. I think 10 came out on 2. So I mean, it's just a franchise that has never disappointed me. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, they've changed over throughout the years, and this has been bad, and that's been bad, and this is bullshit, and that's bullshit. But the truth is, they've all been excellent games, and this was literally no exception. I had so much fun playing this one, and again, I know we missed a bunch of stuff, but like, even though we didn't really go for it in the beginning, we ended up getting a bunch of the blue magic spells, which were really fun to not just collect, but to like use and stuff like that. I know we didn't use it in our final build, but the mime ability, getting to know Gilgamesh for the first time, this idea of like the Bartz's world and then Galif's world and then the merged world together. This was the crystals being destroyed. This was a fantastic overall story. I do have some qualms with it because, again, a lot of the job classes just kind of seemed unnecessary. It's cool that you have a bunch of them, but like I didn't care for the Beastmaster at all. I'm glad we were able to max it out so we knew what we were using. And basically, we got a chance to use every of the job classes. I don't think we maxed out the Ranger. I think the Ranger, come to think of it, the Ranger might have been the only one that we didn't get to max out. But we did use it for a little bit with Bartz. And then, like the Mime was cool because you can use the 3 abilities. The Freelancer is cool because you get the innate abilities outside of the health gains and MP gains. But, you have this guy who can dual wield. He can equip any item, but he's also going to use Magic Shell when he gets into critical hit points. He's going to counter when he gets attacked. Like it was a very, very cool little Freelancer job class, and a lot of the job classes were cool. The Mystic Knight is something that it doesn't seem to have really carried on, but it was a very unique one where you could enchant your weapons, which I thought was awesome. And I know we have you can enchant weapons, or you can add like magic to it or whatever, but it's not really something that like you do a whole lot. The legendary weapons was a cool idea. The sunken shrine, actually, I thought was was actually really cool. The Phoenix Tower, going up there and getting the Phoenix summons. We had new summons that were actually like really good. So we had Bahamut and Leviathan from 4, but then you introduce Phoenix. I think Carbuncle might have been new as well. But the way you earn them, like you don't just kind of come across them, in an area. Some of them are random fights. Some of them are kind of like locked in a tower, like Shiva was, and I know we missed it originally, but she's locked in a tower and you got to go find her and all this stuff. It was a very, very good game, very well written. The story was fantastic. I liked the idea of Bartz, being this like kind of klutzy, rambling traveler who just kind of stumbles on Lena and Galif. Galif comes out of nowhere. He's, what looks like he's hit by this meteor and doesn't remember anything, only to, find out that he flew in on the meteor and he's from a different world. This world where your dad is actually from that you didn't know about. And all this kind of cool stuff, and then the 2 worlds merge together, only to find out later that that's actually how the world was to begin with. They were merged to begin with, and they somehow split apart when all this kind of started happening. With when X-Death originally was hounding everybody, and so like it's a complex story, but it's easy to follow. And the writing is good. Like there's very quirky, witty dialogue throughout the whole thing. Gilgamesh was one of my favorite parts. The fact that we get to meet him for the first time, because he's not something that you really see until like much later. Like I don't remember Gilgamesh being in 7, 8, 9. I think maybe no, it's Yojimbo that comes in at 10. So like here's this guy that everybody kind of knows from different like like I don't want to say prequels but like side stuff, side character stuff, and to finally see him in his glory, if you will, because he's come back in Rebirth and he's a fantastic character, but to see him in all his glory and to kind of follow his storyline was really fun and really unique and really cool. The Excalibur is a fantastic item. Like you have the Cursed Ring, which again in 6 you get the Cursed Shield that can turn into the Paladin Shield. So I'm curious if maybe that came from this. But you can see a lot of stuff that continued from the previous games, but also set up a lot of things that continue with the Final Fantasy franchise. And so this has been an excellent experience for the first time, and it was an absolute blast playing it. I enjoyed every minute of it. Only knock is the kind of the worthless. I don't want to call them worthless. I'm sure there's some niche thing that I'm missing that makes these viable quality job classes that you can do, but I didn't see it when I was playing some of them. The chemist kind of like was silly to me, but the idea of the the Beastmaster being able to control enemies to then use it with the Blue Mage in conjunction with the Blue Mage so they can learn enemy skills and stuff like that was a very cool idea that they kind of continued with in different ways throughout the later Final Fantasy games. So just like every other Final Fantasy game that we've played, 2 huge thumbs up, absolutely excellent. I would still buy 4 before I bought this one if you're buying individually from the Pixel Remasters. And again, I always recommend just buy all of them at the same time. I know it's kind of expensive. It's like $75 or whatever for 6 of them. I mean, if you break that down, that's like a little over $10 a game, and these are easily worth $10 a game. But 4 is still probably my favorite. We're gonna get into 6. 6 is generally considered not just one of the best Nintendo era ones, but one of the best Final Fantasies of all time. I know a lot of people that view that one as the favorite. 4 has always been my favorite from the Nintendo era. Probably still is, although this and 3 really have have come out strong, and they've had a good say in the tier ranking. And I'm hoping to do a tier ranking with these with the 6 Pixel Remasters once we've finished all of them. I can kind of start putting them together now because I have played 6 before, but it's going to be tough. Like 3 and 5. Again, my brother said were really good. I didn't have a reason to doubt them. But they, it's hard when somebody says that it's a good game, especially older games, because they don't necessarily always hold up as well as they, as people seem to think and remember they do. So the fact that these do hold up as well as they do is not just a credit to Square for creating them, but to the games themselves, for just being as good as they are. And it was absolutely fantastic. I loved every second of it, and I highly recommend it. I highly recommend the Pixel Remasters if you want good traditional RPGs to play through. And yeah, I mean they're just fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic.